Okay. That was my first time doing that. Putting the intro in the beginning and then letting the live come. So come back tonight. We're going to have a special live. I'm going to try to get it ready as soon as I'm finished with this. And I might go out somewhere and come back, and then I'm going to be going live. But tonight, we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl performance. What y'all think? And we're going to talk about it. We're just going to chop it up. I'm going to try to get some people to join, get some people in here. Whoever wants to join, just let me know. And I will send you the link. But with that being said, I'm going to do what we do usually. I had an idea of what I'm going to do next week, but I forgot what it was, and it might come back to my mind when I go live again tonight. But we're going to get into our regular Let's Talk Tuesday. But I'm going to have more topics like the topics tonight once I'm finished with this Let's Talk Tuesday series. It's still going to be called Let's Talk Tuesday, but I'm going to be talking about stuff other than, self-improvement and your lifestyle and shit like that.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, zman.world? So I'm at the park. I was gonna do a vlog, but I played a little bit of basketball. There's nothing going on today. Usually on Sundays they have something special like sports games or snowballs and space walks for kids. But today is I'm gonna do the walk in the park Wednesday since I'm here already, so I won't have to come back tomorrow. So today's topic is maintaining positivity. What is maintaining positivity? Maintaining positivity is remaining positive, staying away from negative energy, being around the right people, and being the right person yourself. So let's get into it. Maintaining positive starts with getting rid of all negative energy. You get rid of negative energy by people that are insecure, that let you down, talk bad about you, or just overall have bad intentions. Like they may talk trash about you behind your back. They might um they might tell you to leave them alone. They might call you names. They might uh what's another one? They just they just give you the energy that they just don't like you or don't want you around. They eat off of the energy of you failing and your downfall.
I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking about tonight. Tonight is gonna be lit. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be going live on this YouTube channel. I'm gonna be going live on my YouTube Instagram channel. Page. I'm gonna be going on my personal Instagram page. I'm gonna be going live. I might go live on my author writing page. I'm gonna go live. Yeah, I'm gonna go live there. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go live there. I might go live on. No, I don't think I could go live on TikTok, but I'm gonna try because I don't have enough followers. I might not go live on there at all. But I'm gonna Google and see how you gotta do to get live on there. But I'm gonna go live on Facebook, and I think that's it. YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm going live on all three of those platforms. We're gonna see what happens. If there's something else I could go on live on, I'm gonna definitely do it. But I'm gonna try to go live on as much stuff as possible and stream it so that we can get as much views as possible. Because right now I got 0 views on this video right now. So I'm so busy thinking about that I'm not even paying attention to the video.
They they thrive off of that. But you have to remain positive by being yourself, being open, and not tolerating any disrespect. So that's the first step into maintaining positive. The next step in maintaining positive is self affirmations. Self affirmations don't have to be affirmations that you find on Google or YouTube or motivational speeches, stuff like that. Maintaining positivity and self affirmations could just be you finding out your strengths and stuff that's actually true about you, that's positive, and saying those things every day. I am resilient. I am strong. I am confident. I am brave. Stuff like that. Telling you that stuff every day or saying it in your head. You don't have to write it down. You don't have to say it out.
I'm gonna be honest. Affirmations is something that I lack in. I don't tell myself enough affirmations. I just live life. And you can't live your life like that because when you do that, negative thoughts are gonna come. And if you're not putting enough positive thoughts in your mind, you're not gonna be able to weed them out. But usually when I have those negative thoughts, I just redirect my thoughts and I focus on positive thoughts. Uh-oh. Y'all can hear me? Y'all can see me? Let me go to YouTube real quick. Let me go on my phone. Okay, yeah, perfect. I'm back again. I think I'm back. Y'all can hear me? Nah, I don't even know if y'all can hear me because y'all not even in the chat. But with nobody in here at all. But what I was saying was when I I know that's me because I just put my phone on and I went into the YouTube live. But I think this is late. Something is fucking wrong with this. I hope it doesn't do this shit when I go live tonight. But anyways, what I was saying was when you have those negative thoughts and you redirect your thoughts onto positive thoughts, that's what I've been doing. I've been waiting till I have negative thoughts to redirect them and focus on something positive. I haven't been telling myself positive stuff so I could subconsciously believe it. And when I would consciously see it, I don't know. The subconscious mind and the conscious mind come into play when it comes to what you're telling yourself and what you're thinking and what you're believing. So that's that.
Loud, but just keeping a mental note of that. That's how you remain positive. The next step in maintaining positive is um, your social circle. I know the first one ties into it, and this I was talking about negative people. But after you get rid of negative people, you have to gain positive people into your life. People that share your work, people that talk positive about you, people that help you, people that tells people good things about you, people that tell you good things about you.
I in high school, I used to be the type of person is if I had to tell you something once and I feel like I got to tell you something again, I'm cutting you off. Like I don't like telling people stuff more than once. If I feel like if you do one thing wrong to me, I'm cutting you off. If you're not supporting me, I'm cutting you off. If you talking shit, I'm cutting you off. If you being distant, I'm cutting you off. All that shit. And if you try to come back to me, I'ma have an issue. I'ma have an attitude. I'ma get mad. That's how I almost fought somebody because I cut him off and he kept trying to dap my ass and shit. Almost got expelled for that shit. I'm telling you. So sometimes you just don't want to fuck with people. And that's a double entendre right there. Sometimes you don't want people to fuck with you and you don't want to fuck with people, if you get what I'm saying. You don't want to be involved with people and you also don't want to be played with, if you get what I'm saying. So when you dealing with people, you got to take in consideration that everybody's not perfect. If it's somebody is making continuous mistakes and you got to keep telling them stuff, they're a negative person. You definitely want to cut them off. But it's all about your boundaries and what you accept.
people that say your self affirmations, the positive self affirmations to you themselves. Okay, your self affirmations are not just stuff that you just tell yourself just to stay positive. Your self affirmations are true. What other people say about you that's true, you say it. What other people say about you that's negative and not true, you don't say it. Even if it's negative and it is true, work on making that negative into a positive and making it the opposite so it can become uh so it could become
I said this man name in a video I made, but I might edit it out if I post it. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a YouTuber with 74,000 subscribers. I was talking to him last night. What he was telling me, I said something. I slipped up and said something. He said 5'5". That's that's below average height because that's in the middle of the scale. 5'12", 6 foot. That's tall. I'm 5'7". I'm I told him I'm 5'7", but I'm between 5'7", 5'6" ish. He said that's good. I said I hate my height. And one reason why I hate my height is because my brother is taller than me. But I was telling him some other shit. I was like, oh, this society tells you what it is, this, that, and I was beating around the bush. And what he thought I was trying to say, and it's true, women are the people that say that. He says nobody says that. Who cares who says that? Why do I care who say that? I shouldn't care what other people think. And if you care about what other people think, I don't even know if I should be giving this information out because I don't know what information he doesn't want to give out. But I'm just saying, when you care, you have to do something about it. And I think I've heard that before on YouTube. But if you don't care, it's probably because you already got it. It could go both ways. You probably got it because you cared about what people were saying, or you got it and you don't care because you got it. All right. So I think that's what similar I was saying right here.
a self affirmation. Like, say for example, if someone says that you're weak, do everything you can to do to become strong, and that will make it an affirmation. Because if people calling you weak and you believe in it, you're gonna be weak. If people are calling you ugly and you believe in it, then you're gonna be an ugly person on the inside. So you got to do everything you can do to become handsome. It all starts with the next step. The next step is self improvement. Self improvement is working on your strengths, building your strengths, finding more strengths, and strengthening your strengths to be stronger so that you can become the best person you can possibly be. Okay?
Self improvement.
Now, I could keep going on and on about it. You're positive people, keep people around you that, like, for example, if you're a content creator, people that share your content, people that share your music, people that share your videos, your whatever you're doing, people that are like business partners or helping you make money. Those are positive people, friends that are always there for you when you're in a bad place in your life, or if you're going through something that's hard, or if you're going through something that's terrible, or if you're going through a dark place in your life and someone is there to help you find the light. Like if you have, for example, if you have suicidal thoughts and someone is helping you to help you become more positive and want to stay alive, those are the people that you want to keep in your life. The people that are saying things that make you feel down, make you feel depressed, people that's trying to steal your girlfriend, steal your friends, keep you away from your friends, or tell you what to do. Those people are negative people. You get them out of your life. You have
Facts.
to learn how to cut people off fast. And when you cut people off
Ain't nothing
fast,
good
you also
that
got to
is
learn how to
show.
keep the people in your life that you don't want to cut off, that are meant to be in your life. And that's it for the video. I could keep going. Like I said, I'm going to do a series, another series of me going live talking about these topics in depth Once I'm finished with the whole series, comment how many episodes y'all want me to do for the Walk in the Park series, and I'll see you in the next episode. See you in the next video, and remember, we be original. Maintaining positivity.
Okay, I had to stop sharing that. I'm gonna take a second. Y'all gonna see my messy ass room. Y'all gonna see the bed. Y'all gonna see the fans. Y'all gonna see all that shit. I might just put my computer like down so y'all won't see none of that shit. But I've been drinking water and I gotta go piss. I'm gonna go get some more water because I need to piss as much as possible. Y'all ain't seeing shit, right? Well, y'all seeing the shit on my floor, but fuck it. All right, we back in this bitch, you heard me? Let me see. No, not breaking negative.
I want you to look at something right now. Think of some major goal you want, or maybe it's one you're already working on and you have experienced a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. You've experienced a lot of disappointment. Maybe you've already given up. And maybe you just need a little fire, a little encouragement to get back in the game again. Here's what I want you to look at. There are winners, there are losers, and there are people who have not discovered how to win. And all they need is some coaching. All they need is some help and assistance, just a little support. All they need is some insight or a different strategy, a plan of action to make some adjustments that will open up the key to a whole new future for them, that will give them access to the unlimited power that they have within themselves. That's all that they need. So what I want you to do is think about something you want for you, that's real for you, that's important for you, that will give your life some special meaning and power. And I don't even want you to say, I can do that. I don't want you to assume that. See, 5 years ago, when I started out in this area, I would not have been able to make the mental leap that I would be up to where I am right now. I don't want you to begin to just psych yourself out. No. I want you to be able to say something to yourself that will enable you to maintain a level of integrity with yourself. That when you say this, even when you face tremendous setbacks, it will be a benchmark to keep you in the game, to keep you moving forward and experimenting and readjusting your strategy and your plan of action, continuously looking for ways to win. So what is that something? When you got an idea you want to move on, you might not have the money, you might not have the education, you might not have the support or the resources you need. What is that something that can keep us going, that will enable us to act on our dream? What's one of those keys that will begin to help us to discover the secrets to our dream? Here's what I want you to repeat after me, please, with power and conviction. Say, it's possible. That's all I want you to do when you look at your dream. Just say to yourself every day, it's possible.
It's possible.
Just say that every day to yourself, it's possible.
It's possible.
Because what does that do? See, it begins to change your belief system. See, the way in which we operate, ladies and gentlemen, it's a manifestation of what we believe, what's possible for us. Whatever you've done up to this point, all that it really is a duplication, it's a reproduction of what you believe subconsciously that you deserve and what's possible for your life. Most people operate out of their personal history.
What I like about Les Brown, and I used to watch a lot of Les Brown. I even have one of his speeches in one of my songs, Today's a New Day. Also with a John F. Kennedy speech in there. With Les Brown, it's literally motivation. You know, it's not like they screaming at you like Eric Thomas, I think his name is, E.T. the hip hop preacher. It's not like he's screaming at you. It's not like he's a pastor screaming at you. He's just giving you hope. He's giving you hope that what you want in life can happen. And it's motivation that's motivating you to do it. But everybody else, they like, get off your ass and do that shit. Yeah.
Out of their memory, things they have done, things they've experienced, things they've seen, things that they have observed. What I'm suggesting that you operate out of a larger vision of yourself. I want you to see yourself doing what you want to do, experiencing what you want to experience, having what you want to have, doing what it is that gives your life some meaning and value. Operate out of your imagination, not your memory. Because whatever you look at where you want to go, I'm wanting to warn you, you will have some conversation back here after you go through the data that you've experienced in life saying you can't do it. And so what you want to begin to do is ignore that inner conversation. Well, most people, ladies and gentlemen, when something happens to them, what they do is they begin to believe that that's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. And they can't see the possibility of it being any different. Example. Before April 1954, the common belief, the universal belief, because it had been tried again and again and again, and people had failed, the belief was that man was not physically capable of breaking the 4-minute barrier, that he could not run a mile in less than 4 minutes. That was the belief on the planet. It had never been done. But here's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Roger Bannister came along, and he broke the 4-minute barrier. Now, here's what's significant about that. Since that time, up to this day, over 20,000 people have done it, including high school kids. What
I can
changed?
believe that. I can believe that.
20,000 people. What changed? Here's what happened when they got on the track.
I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe even when you're younger than in high school. But when you're in high school, I think that's when you're going to run the fastest in your life. Because when I was in high school, even I used to run fast. But now I can't run as fast as I used to because I'm fat.
They knew it had been done. And because they knew it had been done, there was a new belief about this barrier, about this goal that was unreachable. And those 20,000 people got in a race believing, knowing in their heart that someone had done it, that it's possible, that they could do it. And I'm saying that if you know anybody that had some goal, some dream, something they wanted to do, and they did it, then I'm saying that you know in your heart that if someone has done it, then you can do it. It's possible. And that if someone can make their dream become a reality, that it's possible that you can make your dream become reality. And so as you begin to look at where you want to go, beginning to embrace that, it's possible. I'm blessed and highly favored. I've got a lot going for me. I got some good stuff in me. And it's possible that I can bring my greatness out here in the universe, that I can do what I want to do. It's possible I can write my own book. I can have my own business. I can take the trip and travel around the world. It's possible. I can bounce back from adversity and reinvent my life. It's possible. Regardless of where I am, the things can get better for me. It's possible. Most people are not accumulating wealth. Most people are living in poverty. Most people are living far below their potential, not because they don't have the capacity, not because they have not been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, but most people are living like they're living because of the fact that they don't believe they can have any more than what they now have. In the book called Miseducation of the Negro, Dr. Carter G. Woodson said, if you can determine what a man shall think, you'll never have to concern yourself with what he will do. If you can make a man feel inferior, you never have to compel him to seek an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. And if you can make a man feel justly an outcast, you never have to order him to go to the back door. He'll go without being told. And if there's no door, his very nature will demand one. That's why Scripture reminds us, be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So every day you have to sell yourself and get out of your mind those old thoughts, that old belief system. Every day you've got to sell yourself on that it's possible. That you got to put a new mind in you. You got to get out of your mind. You got to begin to restructure your thinking. Every day, you've got to begin to recondition your mind. See, many of us go through life making choices, thinking it's our choices, and it's not. I'm saying this is a time more than ever that you want to begin to inoculate yourself with positive words, coming to conventions, showing up on meetings, being on the calls, to make yourself unstoppable, to get out of your mind the polluting negative thoughts that's causing most people to go through life being stuck because they're volunteer victims. Somebody said that many people die at age 25 and don't get buried until they're 65 because they got so much garbage in their minds. You are here because you've got a clear vision of what you want and where you're going. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, bring your energy level up.
You sounded like a pastor right there. He's gonna give you vision and give you what you need and give you what you want because he give you what you hear.
Yes, yes. You want more.
You want more.
You want more. You're different. You're different than everybody else. Don't worry if they don't get it. Don't try and convince people to do this business. A person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. You are not like everybody else. You can walk outside and find pigeons, but if you're looking for eagles, it's going to take you a minute. You are different. It's lonely at the top. How many of you know it's lonely at the top? Raise your hands. It's lonely at the top, but you eat better. That's what I'm talking about. You're different. One great entrepreneur said, I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the still calm of utopia. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to face the world boldly and say, this I have done. You showed up because you're building a business that you can stand and say, I did this. I did this. This is my dream. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yes, yes, yes. After having 238 radiation seed implants, I was reading one night some words by Dr. Howard Thurman, who was a mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., to Albert Schweitzer, to Mahatma Gandhi. He wrote, "Deep is the hunger, the voice of the genuine."
Sometimes he does sound like a pastor. So I kind of take that back.
The centering moment. As I was reflecting on his words, he said, the ideal situation for a man or woman to die is to have family members praying with them as they cross over. He said, but imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around your bed, the ghost of the dreams, the ideas, the abilities, the talents given to you by life, but you, for whatever reason, you never pursued those dreams. You never acted on those ideas. You never used those gifts. You never used those talents. And there they are staring at you as you're lying on your bed with large, angry eyes saying, we came to you. Only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you.
Wow.
Forever. And the question is, if you died today, what dreams, what talents, what abilities, what gifts, what ideas would die with you? One minister out of Bahamas said, the wealthiest place on the planet, it's not in the Far East where there's oil in the ground. It's not in South Africa where there are diamond mines. He said, the wealthiest place on the planet is the cemetery. There you see potential never realized. There you find books never written. There you find ideas never acted on. Maybe that's why Henry David Thoreau said, oh God, to reach the point of death, only to realize that you've never lived, only to realize that you've never scraped the surface of your potential. It's hard changing your life. It was hard when just over 3 years ago in the Penobscot building in Detroit, Michigan, where I was operating my business, and I fell on some hard times, and I was sleeping in my office. It was hard coming into the lobby, and the security said, excuse me, Mr. Brown, can we see you for a moment? And I said, yes, and I walked up to the counter, and he gave me an envelope. And he said, would you mind reading it here? And I opened the envelope, and the envelope was from management that said, this is an office tower. It's not a hotel. Please do not sleep in your office. And I said, excuse me, sir. I said, I just work long hours in creating my business. I'm an entrepreneur. And right now things are bad for me, but they're not going to be this way always. And I just asked for the opportunity to continue to operate like I'm doing. I'm not trying to make this my home. And it was hard coming through the lobby. And sometimes they would laugh. There's a guy talking about becoming successful. And look at him. He's bathing in the bathroom upstairs on the 21st floor. He sleeps on the floor. Him and two other dreamers up there. Look at him. It was hard, ladies and gentlemen, coming to speak to people. And I was facing financial difficulties in my own life. I was behind on my bills and my dreams, and I'm saying to them, you can live your dream. It was hard, ladies and gentlemen. It was very difficult to pick myself up each day believing that I could do it. There were times that I doubted myself. I said, God, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to take care of my children and my mother. I'm not trying to steal or rob from anybody. Why did this have to happen to me? It was very hard. And here's what I want to say to you. For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream. No one could have convinced me by holding on, by continuing to push forward, by continuing to run toward my dream, that one day I would have my own talk show. It's a long shot, ladies and gentlemen, from Liberty City, an abandoned building on a floor, never knowing my mother or father. It's a long shot being here with you today in this dome in Atlanta. It's a long shot. No college training, labeled educable, mentally retarded. But I kept running toward my dream. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop running toward your dream. I'm thinking about two men right here in Chicago who are fairly successful, similar background, educated. They worked for a corporation for many years, and they were among many people that were laid off. Two guys who were very good friends. One went out looking for a job for several weeks along with the other one, and they faced disappointment and rejection again and again and again. They couldn't find any work, which is the story of many people across this country. One guy stopped. He became discouraged. He stopped going. He stayed home looking at television, became very argumentative and toxic with his wife, drinking beer, getting on the phone, talking to his other negative, unemployed friends. And he just gave up. The other guy kept looking for a job everywhere he could go. Every time he could get an opportunity, kept asking people, networking, checking the newspapers every day. Kept going everywhere he could, trying to find a job. You have too much education. You're overqualified. You won't be here long enough. He kept going. He kept going. He went to a place and said, look here, I tell you what, if you can't hire me, and I know you can use my talents, abilities, and skills, I don't want to sit home and do nothing. Just let me do some volunteer work. You don't have to give me anything, all right? I just want to work. I want to be busy. Guy said, okay, it's on you now, but don't expect me to give you anything. It's okay. This guy came in and worked. He was the first one there. The last one to leave was the best employee there. About 4 weeks later, one of the top managers quit. They were looking for a replacement. Guess who they selected? This other guy. This guy who was volunteering his time. He got the job. What was the difference between the two men? Eyesight and mindsight. Eyesight is judging on what you see, judging according to appearances. But mindsight is how you interpret what you see. One guy said, it's not possible, it's over, I'm finished. I can't do it. I can't make it. He surrendered. I've faced rejection again and again. I'm not going anymore. There are no jobs out there. But this other guy, he felt that in spite of the no's and rejections, in spite of how bad the economy is, in spite of what the newspapers are saying, that it's possible that somebody somewhere will give me a job. He just kept going, thinking it was possible. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we have to do with our dreams. Because things happen to you in life that you can never, ever anticipate. And many times when those things happen, you want to give up. I remember when I was in broadcasting, when I was a disc jockey, I became very controversial, not only being a disc jockey, but I felt that radio was something that
I remember him telling stories about him becoming a disc jockey. He was going through a struggle when he was a disc jockey. A disc jockey is the word for the acronym DJ. So someone that does disc, plays music and shit like that. So he was trying to get on the radio and he was trying to do it, but he was really having another job, and it was complicated. I don't even know how to explain it. I think he's about to explain it, but if not, then oh well, so be it.
Not only entertain people with, but you also empower them. You educate them. And I got fired. I didn't just leave, they fired me. That was a shock. I said, wait a minute. They took my microphone. I thought that was who I was. No, ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't. I had to do something else. And I didn't know what else I could do. See, here's what I'm looking at. What are the uses for your life right now that you haven't even reached for yet? See, I believe that when you don't have enough encouragement to act on your dreams or ideas, or you're not enlightened enough, that life will act on you. See, life had moved on me and said, Les Brown, you have outgrown this. It's time for you to do something else. Well, I wasn't enlightened enough. I organized some disc jockeys and got my job back.
If you want some Wayne Dyer affirmations.
Okay, so that's that. I fucking gotta pee again, you heard me? So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go charge my phone. I'm gonna be back and we're gonna play the last video. So basically, what that video was about, this video is about affirmations, right? So that affirmation from that video is, it's possible. Tell yourself that every day in the morning. It's possible. Because when you think like that, and if you think that your dream is possible, you're going to do the unthinkable and do things even when it's hard to get there and make it happen. And you're speaking it into fruition, and you're using the law of attraction by using that affirmation. So I'm gonna be back. I'm back, about to show the last video. I don't know why I keep having to pee so fast after drinking that water. I just got some stuff to make my metabolism boost. So my stomach been growling a lot, like I'm hungry or some shit. But I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna eat until my daddy cook. But we gonna watch this next video, you heard me?
Well, the simple part that most people don't understand is that every thought we think and every word we speak is creating our future.
Mm.
It's as though our thoughts go out into the universe and are accepted and brought back to us as experience. Now, that is a very simple thing, but most people don't.
Well, with that being said, the thinking and thoughts that I'm about to think and say right now is about to be speaking to existence in the future right now. The live tonight about Kendrick and Wayne finna be lit. We're gonna have 3,000 people in this bitch. Watch. And if we don't, then y'all comment whatever y'all want to comment in the comments. If you got a comment.
Get it, they don't understand it, they've never heard it before, and they think it's ridiculous. But if you can really accept the fact that every time you think a thought and every time you speak a word, you are literally painting your future, making your dinner, whatever you want to call it, you are creating, and you're creating your own life. And this is simple, but it's not easy to accept.
There are a lot of things that are beyond our control. But what you do have control over is how you react to whatever happens in your life.
Stop focusing on what you do not have and shift your consciousness to an appreciation for all you are and all that you have. Remember, what you think about is what expands. If you think about what you don't have,
that's what I was talking about earlier. When you think about what you don't have, you tend to care. When you think about what you do have and your appreciation, you don't care. I don't know if that's where he's going, but that's what I'm thinking.
then what you don't have will expand. If you think about what you don't like in someone, then what you don't like in someone will expand.
Oh, that's true too.
So when you catch a negative thought, just think to yourself, this is an old thought. I no longer choose to think that way. Then find a positive thought to substitute for it as quickly as you can.
That's what I do.
Remember, you want to feel good as much as possible.
Right.
Thoughts of bitterness, resentment, blame, and guilt make you feel miserable. And that is a habit you really want to release.
When we say a joyful,
those are the thoughts that come up in my mind when I redirect my thoughts into the positive thoughts. Resentment, blame, and guilt. I'm guilty for a lot of stuff I did in the past, so I don't forgive myself. I blame myself for those things, and I have resentment. I don't even know what resentment means. I just hear the word a lot, and I use it in sentences, but I don't really know what it means. There's a lot of words that are like that for me. My vocabulary is weak. I'm just sorry. I need to go back to school.
world, that means everything that you want has happened. So this is all that you're looking. So all that you need to do is commit yourself to creating it, to create a peaceful, joyful, and loving world, both for yourself and everybody around you. Every day in the morning, if you start your day with this simple thought in your mind, that today, wherever I go, I will create a peaceful, loving, and joyful
I will
world.
create
If
a
you fall
peaceful,
down
loving,
100
and
times a
joyful
day,
world.
what does it matter? For a committed man, there is no such thing as failure. If you fall down 100 times, 100 lessons to be learned. If you commit yourself like this to creating what you really care for, now your mind gets organized. Once your mind gets organized, the way you think is the way you feel. Your emotion will get organized. Once your thought and emotion is organized, your energies will get organized in the same direction. Once your thought, emotion, and energies are organized, your very body will get organized. Once all these four are organized in one direction, your ability to create and manifest what you want is phenomenal. You are the creator.
95% of your life.
But my only question is, if I tell myself all these affirmations and I start thinking these positive thoughts, will I still have negative thoughts that come in my mind? Now, I'm sure the answer is yes, but I'm going to continue.
Is coming from the subconscious. So all you have to do is look at your life and just look at it and say, for what? I say, what comes to you that you want and it comes to you easily, you have programs to allow that to happen. But what you struggle with, what you work hard on, what you have to put a lot of effort into, why are you working so hard? And the answer is simple, because you have an invisible program that is sabotaging you from that point. So now all of a sudden you say, well, what do I need to change? I say, well, look at your life and tell me what you're having trouble with, because that's the direct expression of a program that's not supporting you.
There are many ways to get the things that we want for ourselves in our lives. But basically, it all begins with how we choose to think. As you think, so shall you be. 7 little words that I think are perhaps the most important things that we can learn and master in our lives.
As you think,
this
so shall you
old
be.
proverb notion that I become what I think about all day long. And once you know that what you think about is what expands, you start getting real careful about what you think about. You don't allow your thoughts to be on anything that you don't want, or that you wouldn't want to have manifest or show up for you in your life.
Crossing that river of change, the creative process now gets exciting, because what thoughts do you want to fire and wire in your brain? What kind of attention and intention do you want to place so that that becomes the loudest voice in your head? And if you keep practicing it, the hardware becomes a software program, and it'll say, Jay, you can do anything. Jay, you live in no time and accomplish everything. Jay, you're unlimited. You just got to hang with it. On the other side of this is greatness. Whatever you want to program in there, you get to program in there.
Do we love ourselves enough to put the energy, to put the work into being honest, truthful, and factual with ourselves so that we can become the best version of ourselves possible? Ultimately, it boils down to something that simple. And it can be as complex as we choose to make it. But as a scientist, I have to tell you, life is simple, nature is simple, until we make it complex with symbols and words and mathematics. So it all comes down to love. Do we love ourselves enough to put the energy into being honest with ourselves about who we are?
As we learn to love ourselves and trust our higher power, we become co-creators with the infinite spirit of a loving world. Our love for ourselves moves us from being victims to being winners. Our love for ourselves attracts wonderful experiences to us. Have you ever noticed that people who feel good about themselves are naturally attractive? They usually have a quality about them that is just wonderful. They are happy with their lives. Things come to them easily and effortlessly.
I don't know that.
Nothing else will work for you until you recognize that you are the creator of your own life and that no one else is to blame for your circumstances. Call it karma.
I don't agree with that. I don't think that you are the creator of your own life, because we all never asked to be here. I definitely never asked to be here. I'm not going to be saying nothing bizarre, but I just never asked to be here. Because if I say some other shit, y'all gonna say I'm suicide. No, I'm not that. But when we first came into this world, God made us. We did not make ourselves. So we are not the creators of our own lives. We are the creators of what happens in our life and the story of our life, but we are not the creators of ourselves. Creating is different. Now, if you would have said storytellers or some other word, but we are not the creators. God is the creator.
If you will. You may not believe in the concept, but all successful people know it to be true in some way or another. No one can change himself until he realizes that he is the one creating himself and that his self-image is not fixed in stone, but constantly changing. Why is it that one day you can feel happy and confident, and the next day feel sad and depressed? Most people will say it's because of what is happening to them that causes their fluctuations in mood. But this is giving power to the outside world, which is actually completely powerless to affect your inside world of thoughts and emotions, unless you give it full permission to do so. Owning full responsibility for one's thoughts and emotions is not a common choice in this world.
it's much more comfortable to believe that something else is causing them, because it takes away the pressure of personal responsibility. Why own your experience of life when you can just sit back and blame everyone else for it? Well, you have the freedom to choose, but I strongly suggest that you choose more wisely from now on and begin to choose a path of personal growth rather than one of stagnation or decline. I challenge you to re-own your power. From this day forward, you will begin to break the chains of your own making. No longer will you wallow in sadness or self-pity. No longer will you blame someone or something else for your misfortune. You will awaken to your power of self-direction and control. You will choose better than you have in the past and make new habits of thought,
Yeah.
feeling, and action that lead you to the life of your dream. It is often in the darkest times that people find the light, because the darkness motivates us to find a way out of it. Whatever you are going through right now, I encourage you to think of all of it as good. The negative experiences in life challenge us to be better and do better. It has led you right here, which is a wonderful thing.
That's right.
Feel grateful for your challenges because they guide you to exactly where you need to be. If you want to have a good life, then you have to practice seeing everyone and everything as inherently good. How can you be happy when your thoughts are anything less than pleasant? You can't. Happiness is a choice and a habit. You may see the world right now in a very gloomy or disempowering way. But it is simply a habit, and habits can be changed. At any moment, you can choose to see things differently. You can choose to stop judging that person or situation and start accepting it for what it is. You can choose to love the people who hate you. You can choose peace rather than argument. It is all a choice. We all walk around with different colored lenses on. One person walks around with gray lenses and says, "Look how sad. Everything is gray." While another person walks around with blue lenses and says, "Look how beautiful. Everything is blue." Who is right and who is wrong, and who is to say? The world is of your own making. If you are unhappy in your life, it is only because you have been habitually perceiving life in an unhappy way. All it takes to turn things around is to re-own your power of decision. Snap yourself out of autopilot mode and start bringing conscious attention to your thoughts and feelings. They are not set in stone. How you see and experience things are changeable, not according to what happens outside of you, but according to what you choose to experience within yourself.
The most enjoyable moments are the ones where we are fully immersed in what we are doing. When we are intently focused on one single thing is when we experience peace of mind. In other words, no thought. Since the act of thinking is responsible for much unhappiness and suffering in the world, it would be worthwhile to transcend thought altogether. Without thought, there is only peace and pure bliss. Most people can't imagine what it would be like to not think. Thinking is the human condition, but it can be a blessing or a curse. Thinking is actually not necessary in many cases. There lies an incredible intelligence in our bodies that has the ability to guide us through life successfully. More successfully, in fact, than if we were to think our way through life. Thinking clouds our instinct and intuition and can actually inhibit our progress. When we are completely free of thought and in the present moment, we can make decisions with ease and experience happiness in everything we do. Even the simplest of things can bring you immense joy when you experience them as they are. That is to say, experience them without judging or labeling them in any way. You've experienced this state of no thought before. Think back to some of the best moments of your entire life. It's very likely that those moments were spent in a state of no thought, and that's exactly why those moments were so enjoyable. There are a variety of ways that you can get into the present moment and experience no thought, but the easiest of them all is to simply do the activity that brings you the most joy. Perhaps it's playing a musical instrument, reading, hiking outdoors, or spending time with your children. Whatever it is that you thoroughly enjoy, you should do more of it. Immerse yourself in the activities that get you out of your head and into the present moment, because those activities serve a great purpose. They serve the purpose of allowing you to realize your true nature and showing you that joy and happiness is your natural state beneath.
I'm gonna pause it because this is the only part where he said this. But as y'all could tell from earlier in the video and in other lives that I've done, I mean earlier in this live and other lives and videos I've done, you can tell that I'm crazy. So when okay, just listen. When I think about stuff, I never have a time where I don't think. He said there's times where some people would have no thought. The only time I have no thought is when I'm sleeping. Sometimes I have dreams, but most of the times I really don't, or I don't remember them, which is why I say I have no thought when I'm sleeping. But he's right. The best feeling is to do the stuff that you enjoy.
All the layers of thought you have accumulated over the years. While these activities may seem like only temporary relief from your pain, they actually allow you to evolve and heal your pain. When you find your bliss and immerse yourself in it, you are one step closer to realizing that happiness is always available to you. The more bliss you experience, the easier it is to find it again. Eventually, you will be able to feel happy at your own choosing, no matter the circumstances. Do more of what you love to do, and you will experience more happiness and have more love to give to others. Many people who seem cold and withdrawn from the world are people who feel as if they have little to live for. If they only discovered their passion and lost themselves in artistic expression of that passion, they would have more to live for than they could now imagine. Doing what you love and what makes you happy is not selfish. It is one of the most generous things you could do for others.
Right.
Only when your cup is full can you give anything away. Find your bliss so that others may be inspired to do the same.
Amen. So look, that's it for the live. So basically, the affirmations that he was talking about in this video were basically sentences, so they're longer than what Les Brown was talking about. It's possible. Remember, say that to yourself all the time. But affirmations are just thoughts, positive thoughts. That's literally all they are. When you're not telling yourself that, well, I'm gonna say for me, every time I have negative thoughts, I redirect them into positive thoughts. As long as I'm doing that, I'm okay. Because that shows that I'm improving my thoughts without having to do affirmations. But that's not the same for everybody, because some people might relapse and go back into that negative thinking. But from time to time, I do tell myself a lot of affirmations. I say, I'm resilient, I'm confident, I'm beautiful, I'm handsome, I'm sexy, I'm courageous, I'm brave, I'm strong, I'm healthy, Y'all see I almost named 10. So y'all know I'm not fucking lying. This stuff just come off the top of my head like that. And when it's doing that, that tells you that you're in the right spot. Now there's something else that he said that I wanted to talk about, but I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm just trying to get ready for this live. I gotta make an overlay instead of having the overlay that says live with StreamYard. I'm gonna have to make my own custom overlay. I'm gonna have to make a thumbnail because all my other live videos don't have thumbnails, but this one has to have a thumbnail. I am gonna be so excited. I'm gonna ask some people if they want to join, and I'm gonna send links to random people getting them to join. And I might go in the private chat to see who want to join too. Be like, send me the link. But yeah, we're gonna see. Also, let's do a wave check. I also gotta piss again. Ooh, the waves looking crispy, you heard me? I got a little spot right here. And the bitch is looking crispy. Yeah, they in there, you heard me? These do-rags is nice, I'm telling you. These do-rags and this wave cap, they always lay down my waves, son. And they tight. The wave cap is tight as fuck. Let me show you. I fucking broke the goddamn threads in this shit. Yeah. That's how fucking tight it is. But I got me a new brush. I'm gonna show y'all. I've been waving. Y'all niggas not wavy like me. Y'all need to get with the program, get with the style, get with the waves. Dreads. Y'all need to get with the waves. Sharp. Curls. What else y'all be putting on your head? Twists, locks, all that shit. Y'all need to mohawks, fades. Get the 360 hair. Nothing but hair. Become a werewolf. But all right, guys, I'm done playing around. Like I say in all my videos, see you in the next video. And remember, we be original.